Black Light, the Aboriginal Universal Supreme Conscious Council of the Elders. Black Light, the guiding light, talking about that black woman. We go to Genesis in the King James Version of the Bible. Uh, Genesis 26. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish in the sea. Stop right there. God said, let us. Now, who was the us? I'm going to tell you, it was a bunch of humans who were actually gods, male and female. So we're going to go down here. So God said, so God created, verse 9. Verse 27. So God created, let me start all over. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth. And what's this telling you? Well, this is what it tells me. You see, womb, mind, equal man. Woman of mind of man. Woman. In the middle you got I don't know if you can see that. In the middle you got It's a part of the word woman. You got and that equals to 432. That's a vibration. That equals 9. I'm not going to go into, detail by detail, but God said, let us make man in his image. Okay, in our image. So we're talking about male and female. The male and female already existed. The gender, the negative and the positive, already existed. So they made on a lesser vibration themselves again. But they instead of calling them God, they called it man. Man equals mind. And it says, God created man in his own image. The image of God created he, him, male and female. He created he, them. So they always existed. The male and the female always existed. That's the way what I get out of it. It was always here. At the same time. So we always existed in different forms, on different levels, on different frequencies. The man is a denser form of the gods. So the beginning is still here with us. The creation is still here with us. The past, present, future tense, all here at the same time. Meaning we all here at the same time. The past is with us. The future is with us. And the present is with us. Because seconds, how we calculate time, is steady moving. Without any movement, there's no time. So let us keep on talking about, on this Easter day, the black woman, how we must educate her into the science of herself. Because right now, not only is she following after the pattern of the Caucasian woman, she disrespects her man and following after the pattern of this system. Now, black woman, do you understand that this system called the United States was created out of the minds of the Caucasian? He wanted to enforce his will on the whole planet. He had a predetermined idea or a predetermined will to enforce his will on the whole planet. Given to him by his maker, which was what Yaqub. Yaqub had a predetermined idea to enforce his will to create a man opposite. Now, this is hard for y'all, for black women to comprehend, because the white man always shows himself before he was here before anyone. And he always shows himself as a caveman. And then he shows himself evolving from an ape to a caveman and to a modern man. But he never shows the black man in that picture. But how can we come from him? How can a black person come from him? Now, that's his scientific explanation of himself and all people, you know. But you see him first. Then he shows Jesus as being a white man. On all his movies, Jesus is white. He used to put himself in the Bible. He used to put himself in the Bible, Jesus being Caucasian. I don't want to use that word white too much, but I want to read to you, since my time is very short. Oh, here we go. Song of Solomon, verse 5. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar and the curtains of Solomon. Now this man is black, Solomon. And then you got when you go to Matthew's, the book of generations of Jesus, you got all these begats, right? It says the book of generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David and the son of Abraham. Okay, we go all the way down to the begats and you got David. And King David was Solomon's dad, right? And Solomon saying he black. So black woman, go to the Bible and check it out for yourself. The King James Version. The reason why they got all these different kind of versions of the Bible is because they don't want you to know that Jesus was a black man and Mama Mary was a black woman. So all of them was black. They don't want you to know that. And then on this Easter day, you know, recognize the point that Mary and Isis, they got a lot in common. It's almost the same story of Isis and Osiris. It's like Jesus. Osiris resurrecting, Jesus resurrecting. Born again, Jesus talking about born again. And the shrine, when you see the shrine of the Black Madonna, you see the Pope over there with the Pope, and the Pope got all the garb of the ancient Egyptians. Recognize that on this very day, there's thousands and thousands of people over there in the Vatican talking about Jesus, and they worshiping Jesus, and Jesus is really black, but the Pope is Caucasian, and the Caucasian dominant is a Roman. It's over there in Rome. The Vatican is in Rome. It's a state. It's a nation unto itself. Y'all don't study up on that. And see, you got brothers telling you don't study the Bible. The Bible is a mythology, and there's a whole lot of wisdom in that Bible if you read it right. And there you see that the black woman is a dominant figure in that Bible. You know, the black woman Mary was groomed to create a Jesus. Now, y'all don't do that because you think Jesus is white, so you groom your sons to be white, to act like white, to protect white or Caucasian. You groom yourself to be like a Caucasian. That's why I like that movie, Get Out. On this Easter Sunday, that's the movie y'all should watch, Get Out. And it's saying the same thing I'm saying, only except it's putting it in a more modern way, a more modern economy or psychology. So we're going to shut this one down. We're going to come back with a couple of more. Black light out, the guiding light, trying to show you what's right.